I might be a little bit in love with an Hawaiian beauty, but am I blinded by love? Well, we will find out in today's episode of review thanks to the great prices of the FMB shop. Do check them out, there's a link in the video description below. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 787-9 of Hawaiian Airlines. At the front of the box we have a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the Hawaiian Airlines branding. Now, when it comes to the box design, I remain in the position that this is absolutely terrible work from Herpa Wings, and Herpa knows about the issues collectors have with the boxes, but they don't care or understand the issues and continue with this terrible box design. And here she is, the Boeing 787-9 in the current standard livery of Hawaiian Airlines, and what a beautiful livery this really is. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm a little bit in love with this, but have I been blinded by love? That is the question. Does the model actually offer something for collectors that is worth their money and time? That is what we want to find out in today's review, and we will do so by starting off with taking a look at, well, the model itself. And here we are, of course, looking at the tail section with the vertical stabilizer having this lovely color scheme of Hawaiian Airlines. We do have a bit of detailing on the horizontal stabilizers, and when we then look on the fuselage, here we have the Dreamliner branding, the flag of the United States of America, and the full registration code of the aircraft. Of course, here at the tail we have these lovely flowers in the pink, purple and blue tones, and they are then continued on the fuselage in this metallic colors, looking really fabulous. But before we move further on, we should of course mention that towards the very tail of the aircraft we do have a bit of detailing around the APU exhaust, and on top of the fuselage we do have the addition of a set dome. When I however look at images of the real aircraft, it does seem like the set dome Herpa has chosen is really rather large compared to the real one. But okay, that wouldn't be the first time. Now, if we move to the front of the aircraft, we can see across the fuselage the writing of Hawaiian. Next to the front cabin door, we have a little flag, and as far as I could make out, that is the flag of the state of Hawaii. We, of course, also have a few static ports or sensors across the fuselage. Those are the small little dots. We have the name of the aircraft and the aircraft type specification. And if we then focus on the cockpit section itself, here we, of course, have the cockpit windows with the window wipers, and we have the little circular marking around the radome. Just above the whole cockpit section, we then, of course, also find the emergency hatch for the cockpit, and then from the cockpit section we can move on to the engine nacelles. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white, just as large parts of the fuselage, but we do have the silver leading edge printed on, and we do also find some safety markings printed on that really does help out these very wide engine nacelles. I really do like the physical detailing of them. I think Herpa is doing a great job with that, especially with the chevron nozzles, but of course also when we look into the engines from the front, where we very nicely can see the engine fan blades. And from the engines, we can also move on to the wings, which you should definitely also take a closer look at, starting off with the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out fairly nicely. We have the marking here in form of a line as to where to walk on the wing. The underside of the wings has a bit more physical detailing, but no printed details, at least none I really recognized. And then, of course, we have the landing gear. That is the standard landing gear that Herpa uses for all their Dreamliners. I think that looks fair. I mean, yeah, nothing majorly spectacular, but just fair. The front landing gear also good, but missing printed details. That's a shame. On the belly of the aircraft, we do have a hole in the fuselage for a stand that is not included with this aircraft model, making it really rather pointless. But we do have some nice physical detailing here on the belly in form of the ram air intakes. That does look pretty decent, I think. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back of the aircraft, and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in the current standard livery of Hawaiian Airlines from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Yes, I have to admit, I have been blinded by love. because obviously the aircraft model does only offer the bare bone and basic details that Herpa is currently giving us. And when we look at the official retail price of Herpa Wings for this aircraft model being 40 euros, nothing can really justify that because we are not getting much in return. But it doesn't take away from this livery, and the livery is really good. I mean, I at least personally really like it. I think it looks amazing on the Dreamliner, and that has to be said, Herpa is doing a really good job in replicating that livery. I think they have done an outstanding job with their print quality on this aircraft model. Just a more shame that they then don't add more details to the aircraft model when they are capable of doing really high quality prints. In terms of physical detailing, Herpa is also doing a good job. The 787 mold they have is excellent. I really like the detailing on the engine nacelles. I think they're doing a lovely job with that. So yes, there are a few things that really do speak for this model. It's just not quite 40 euros worth. So if you, like me, don't mind in this case getting blinded a little bit by love, then sure, it is an aircraft worth having in one's collection. If you are a little bit more rational and think like 40 euros I'm not getting enough in return, then you should probably skip this model. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then feel free to leave a like. If you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? And with that, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.